I've got a very excited Gab here with me. Can't wait to jump into this, Gab. Juventus. Their first loss in all competitions all season long, Gab. It was going so well, then downhill. What happened?
Well, just to contextualize, they were the only team in Europe's Big Five leagues who had yet to lose a game in any competition. I know Liverpool fans, Liverpool undefeated, but of course Liverpool have lost in the Champions League. The thing is, Alexis, they haven't been playing great. And against a Lazio team who've really been resurgent at home, packed Stadio Olimpico, tremendous background to it. Juventus looked like they had stepped it up. Juventus have this tendency to play well in big games when they have to. They take the lead with Cristiano Ronaldo.
He loves the big games.
He loves his big games, yeah, but they lose Bentancur. And that, I think, kind of changed the game with Emre Can in there. Not the same fluidity. They had a chance to make it 2-0 right towards the end of the first half. Tremendous save from Strakosha in the Lazio goal. Ronaldo thought he'd scored, but we got goal line technology, right? So there's no argument there. And then in the second half, Lazio come to the fore. They equalize, and then a tremendous pass from Luis Alberto, the magician, as they call him, to find Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, who scores to make it 2-1. Prior to that, actually, Cuadrado had been sent off on another one of those devastating Lazio counterattacks. And then at the end, in garbage time, Caicedo makes it 3-1 against 10-man Juventus. But this is pretty huge. Big implications for the league.
How worried should we be, though, if you're a Juventus fan then? Because there's all the talk about Sarri ball. It looked like it clearly was fitting in at Juventus. An upgrade from Allegri, even though we know Craig Burley is not much of a fan of Sarri ball. So how worried, or if at all?
I would humbly disagree. I don't think we've seen Sarri ball. We've seen Sarri play actually a lot the way Allegri played in terms of, they would get results because of individuals. It's clearly not meshing the way it should until now. They've had Higuain and Dybala great form that's bailed them out in certain games. And it looked like actually they were playing well for about 20 minutes, but now you got to take a step back and reevaluate. And I think one big question is Inter, of course, drawing on Friday night with Roma.
That was an exciting game.
This game was a lot more exciting.
Yes.
I saw that face that you pulled.
After all the hype.
But this is the thing, right? Inter thought, we've dropped 2 points, but in reality, they've gained 1 point because of the Juve defeat. And I think the reality is these teams, in terms of results, both of them, they were always going to slow down. Nobody was going to keep that pace all season long. Now we got to see how Juve bounce back. They got this midweek tie against Bayer Leverkusen. It doesn't matter. They've already won the group. I think Sarri needs to get them to regroup and maybe even be a little more confident. Go a little back towards the way you want to play. Don't get bogged down into this. We need to get results. We need to do this, do that. And I think there were positives. I mean, Cristiano could have had 2 goals today. I thought he looked livelier, certainly in the first half, than he had until this point. But yeah, now Juve, they got to be coming from behind.
Well, let's take Juventus out of the spotlight for a bit and give some props to Lazio now. 7 wins in a row, I believe. Pretty decent looking goal difference as well. How good are they? Are they the real deal in terms of considering them as title contenders?
So excited by this Lazio performance. I didn't even mention that along the way, Ciro Immobile missed a penalty. Tremendous save from Szczesny. You know what? If he'd scored that penalty, it would have been him scoring in 10 straight games, which of course would have equaled the Serie A mark.
Ooh.
Look, they got this front four that everybody talks about. Ciro Immobile, Correa, Milinkovic-Savic, and of course Luis Alberto. They kind of almost operate independently from the rest. You've got quality, you've got strengths, you've got trickery in there. They're really effective, and a lot of people underrated them, including myself. I will hold my hand up. I thought at some point they're going to pay a price. I'd also give credit, though, to what a good job they've done defensively as well. That's what allows them to have that platform of that front four. The way they're going, I think they're serious contenders for a top 4 spot.
Switching focus now as well to Napoli. They're kind of flying as well.
Well, yeah, flying in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
A draw against
Still
Udinese.
winless in what is it now? 9 matches, yeah.
Yeah, not good. They're playing Udinese, a team that you would think that they could dispense with. Ancelotti changed things around. He called back 2 of the so-called rebels, Mertens and Callejon. That didn't work out. They went a goal down to Kevin Lasagna scoring. Waiting for the giggle. Lasagna, that's funny? No? Okay. But they just never clicked. I mean, physically they weren't there. They went for the big man, Fernando Llorente, in the second half. Things picked up a little. Zielinski scored an equalizer. But, the results aren't there. Ancelotti adamant that, he's not going to resign. He says, no, this team isn't a powder keg. We're going to get it all together. He's trying to be Mr. Positive. I don't think he's got too many other options. But again, this is a big missed opportunity for Napoli, and the screws continue to turn.
The screws indeed. Well, I guess we're going to use this time to plug in the Serie A Awesome podcast. Gab's on it for more Serie A talk, as well as Nikki and Mina. But for now, we're going to head back over to Dan because he's got some stuff on the big man, Lionel Messi. Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.